take this down so the center, that center line is going to be higher up. And I just want to put just a little bit of a sharpness to it. Now it's very interesting. I mean, the feather really does not have a sharp edge. I mean, it's all flat. But when you have something thick like this, you give it a sharp edge, gives it the somewhat of an impression that it is flat or flatter, and therefore you can still keep the thickness for strength. That's going to be kind of difficult to get into. Let's go on this side. Nope, I got to go this way. Finger out of the way. Put a little bit of edge on there. It's kind of hard to find where that green is. Put a little sharpness on it, especially at the tip. We'll come back to this with the chisel. Finger out of the way. I'll need to flatten this a little bit so I can tuck it in there. Now let's get a flat chisel. Where are you? And do it this here. This is actually like a number. Actually, this is a number 5. Well, I could probably use the chisel on this. To a tip. I'll try to erase the pencil mark without getting rid of what I just did. Okay, I want to get into getting the feather in. Where's my sharp chisel? No, let's start on this. And here, well, here you want to take a look at that first. Yeah, I think there's room for improvements here. Okay, we're gonna, the feather goes something like this. Right. Now, before I do that, let's ruffle the feathers a little bit. So what I want to do is, here's where a feather is going to get ruffled. It's going to get separated here. And I'm going to do one here. And one down here. So sort of the law of threes. Kind of here. Oh, gotta be careful as to how I'm gonna do this here. Oops, I'm gonna do this. And then for the center here, I want to do 3. Okay, take a knife. Now be careful. I want to break the whole thing here. And it doesn't have to be perfect to the line. I mean, it's a imperfect ruffle. Like that. Take this out by chips. Am I in? Not too hard, that's going to break in half. Because if this breaks in half, you own both pieces. That's an old one. Now this is going to be cut like this. Because what's going to happen is then the feather on the other side is going to show through. Now you don't have to be as elaborate as you can even have stopped before doing any of this, or you can probably even just do this and now put the feathers in, the lines in the feathers, and then paint it good. I need to Don't you just hate it? You make your cuts. Let's go on this side. Page 2. You know what? Let's see what would be better now. What's be interesting is now the feather would come down. You could have that as an opening. I would probably give it a try. We'll try it. I think the feather continues on through there. I don't know, do I want to waste my time or just assume it? Now we can put the feathers, the lines of the feathers in. Just put in as much as you want, as perfect as you want. Maybe I go this way, won't chip as easy. Yeah. Trying to get some clean cuts here. Page 2. Okay. Continue that line there. Okay, now it becomes a matter of digging into. So I have to, some of my work is going to have to go away. So we have to make adjustments. I need to recarve some of the corn. Let's see, which side do I want front, which side I want back. I want this front. And so what I'm going to do is to drill a hole through both, and about a 3/16 hole, and glue it on there. Well, that's kind of basically it in a nutshell. Too bad I can't get it in there. There he is, the Indian corn. Again, my name is Russell Scott from scottcarvings.com. Please check out my site, my other wood carvings, and I also got Scott Carvings. We're going to link to my blog site and YouTube. Well, you're already on YouTube, so you know the YouTube site. Okay, one last look. Oh. It looks like I got a, where is it, right? Oh. Oh, it's on top. Oh, sorry. It was on my viewer there. I thought it was on the lens. Sorry. Oh, there he is. Last chance to look. I'm going to paint him, paint him in the Indian colors. I'm going to use sort of a iron oxide-ish with a little bit of red in there. Now the different kernels, depends on what you want to do. A different kernel has a different color. If you take a look on the web, take a look at the Indian corn color. And of course this was going to be white, or not white, but sort of straw color. A little bit of green in there. Now this you can put any color. I mean, like I would be more associated, I'm associated with the Dakota, I mean where I live, Dakota and Chippewa tribes, so it'd be either, some kind of beading, well it'd be beads. And there he is.